I've been sitting here with his hat on now for days.
This is only the second day. Quit whining.
It was a little embarrassing at church.
You don't have to wear it everywhere, just on camera.
You didn't tell me that till later.
Well, yeah. Sorry.
So if you would like to hang out with us on a regular basis, you should probably like, subscribe, and follow us.
You know, actually, when I do...
And no, you don't have to get the headgear.
But when I do my minister of silliness at church,
Mm-hmm.
I may wear the headgear.
You may. I actually was sort of under the impression you may have already.
Not yet.
So anyway, like, subscribe, and follow us. If you have a comment, oh boy, just jot that puppy down wherever you find us. You know there are spaces.
Yes.
And we're not bright enough to know how to turn comments off, so there you are. And if you have a story or a picture of you in a Goofy Gestures hat,
We'd love to see it.
or if you'd like to send us a haiku,
We take haikus.
this is true, really related.
Yep.
Where was I? Oh, email titr@netradio.network. Thank you.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true,
Really?
as far as you know.
I feel like I'm looking in a mirror. On September 3rd, 2022, Johnny Jackson, who had undergone surgery for his prostate cancer the day prior, was driving home from an errand.
That's a pain in the...
Yeah. Your rectum. From an errand.
Killed him.
From an errand to make a copy of his doctor's note following surgery.
You realize somebody's going to recognize that joke, right?
Oh, I hope so.
How sad is that?
That's wonderful.
That other people are lost in the past. Like me.
When he noticed he was being followed.
I still miss Batman in the gray and blue. I'm just saying.
When he noticed he was being followed by an unmarked Long Beach Police Department vehicle. LBPD, for those people.
How could he tell? It was unmarked.
Yeah, but there were probably lights on top of it or something.
Probably in the dashboard, atop the dashboard there.
According to the lawsuit,
which was filed,
when Jackson pulled into his driveway, the LBPD vehicle parked outside his house. Jackson exited his car holding his doctor's note and told the officers he knew he had an issue with his vehicle registration. Okay, so he probably hadn't got his new tab on his license plate, right? In response, the officers ordered Jackson to put his hands up and approach them. While Jackson was replying, a gust of wind began blowing the doctor's note off the top of his vehicle. Jackson then told officers, "This is actually my paperwork for my surgery yesterday," and put one of his hands on the note to prevent it from blowing away.
And they shot him dead.
You ready? In response, one of the officers rushed to grab Jackson's arm, pinning it behind his back and telling him he was about to get effed up.
And not the fun way.
Right. Body camera footage shows the effing up, in which Jackson was pulled in multiple directions by the officers, which sounds rather comic when you think about it.
I'm thinking Gumby all of a sudden. I don't
Yeah. Or
look it up. Gumby. It's a
Stretch Armstrong. As Jackson again.
How did that ever sell?
I don't know.
Anyway, go ahead.
As Jackson again told them he was recovering from surgery. One officer struck Jackson in the head in an attempted takedown maneuver, which he followed by kneeing Jackson in the groin 3 times. "Why are you forcing us to use force on you?" one officer asked.
That's a rhetorical question, huh?
Well, he's saying it for their body cameras.
I know that.
What
because
a dink.
No one could piece the other stuff together.
Right.
Without narration.
Exactly. Right.
Dude, silent films. I know you're young.
Yeah. Settlement in the case was reached in December.
Hey.
$300,000.
Seems a little small, but okay.
That's fine. I just hope those cops Here's the problem with our cops. They're vastly overly aggressive. What in the hell?
Some.
Agreed. But these
and the
guys
trouble
are
you
all
have
in
is
cahoots.
When you're at
these
don't go all conspiracy on me.
No.
Well, cops are always in cahoots because let's
They're
be
cops.
honest. If you were a cop and somebody said stupid about a cop and your profession, you're going to band together like everybody does. Except radio people, we run like scared mice.
Yeah, I'm not worried so much about that. I'm just saying these cops in this case were dinks.
Oh, yeah. I know. Happens. It's a bad thing to happen. And that's why I thought the 300,000 was just a little bit light. Unless those two guys got canned too, then it was still just a little bit light, but at least you have some
Maybe they
satisfaction
should
out
be
of
in
it.
charge of taking care of his wound for a while, you know.
Do you really want them there?
No,
Nope. You do not want cops up your business.
because they're already there sometimes.
So this Fanuki lady who I know,
How'd you guys get here?
man, slowly, a little bit at a time. I love the headline, man chain smokes his way through marathon, gets disqualified. So for all of you clean air breathing fascists,
Yes, that's true.
the Mail Online reported that the man known as Uncle Chen competed in the Xiamen Marathon. He ran it in 3 hours, 33 minutes. Not bad.
Yep.
But was disqualified for violating the race's rule.
Which is
No smoking on the course.
no smoking?
Smoking.
No smorking?
I hate you. All right, where was I? Where am I? How did I get here? In a statement posted on, is it Weibo? Is that the
Yeah,
Japanese?
that's the Chinese.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Sorry.
Nice job.
To the NSA and to the Chinese who are listening via their own people,
Yeah.
I apologize. In a statement posted on Weibo, the Xiamen Marathon confirmed that a participant violated an article of its rules and regulations, which prohibits, quoting now, open defecation, smoking or trampling on flower beds or green spaces.
Sounds to me like Uncle Chen's got at least 3 more races before he's completely disqualified.
The man was chain smoking through a marathon and finished in 3 hours.
I think that's fantastic.
Shut up, everybody. Give him his ribbon and go home. Canadian Running Magazine was seemingly the first to report on the story. The Chinese Athletic Association implemented anti-smoking regulations last year to encourage healthier participation in a race that makes you look like you're dead when you're done. I added that last part. Uncle Chen is now 52. He gained internet fame 2 years ago when photos of him, videos, showed him running a race with a cigarette dangling. They're pretty cool pictures if you want to look them up. In 2022, he placed 574th out of more than 1,500 runners in the Xiangjiang Marathon.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yep.
He finished the race in 3 hours and 28 minutes, 5 minutes better than his best time. Well, actually, 5 minutes better than his most recent attempt. So good for him.
Yeah, well, there we go. So
Sky News reporter
helping.
Chen had previously run other marathons while puffing on a cigarette. Said he smoked throughout the 2018 Guangzhou Marathon and the 2019 Xiamen Marathon, the very one he got disqualified from.
Yep.
Of course, before they changed rules, clean air breathing fascists. I'm sorry, clean air breathing communists.
There.
The Chinese news site Sohu reported that Chen had previously said cigarettes helped him with fatigue. So he holds one in his mouth while he ran so he could easily inhale and keep going.
I've heard that.
That's not true. I think in my younger days, there were times I ended up running with a cigarette dangling from my mouth.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was just a trot.
It's harder to do with this.
Yeah, it is. I see it. I understand totally.
Yeah. Anyway, Mr. Chen.
Salute.
I realize it looks goofy with a stupid ass hat on, but well done, man.
This is newswear. It's official newswear.
Sure, in your head. Do you suppose we actually get into China?
What do you mean?
Well, they're pretty tightly regulated on what they can watch. So
wouldn't it be fun if we did? Think of how we'd mess them up.
Think of how weird we are. We would be propaganda tools. This is what happens when you go to the West.
Exactly. 1-star review. This is one of the best 1-star reviews I've ever read. From Jones. 1-star review, verified purchase. Smells fear. Would sell your children for a drop of ink.
That's a Okay, now I'm curious as hell, but okay.
There's no such thing as printing something quickly and easily with this printer. It smells fear. It lurks quietly on your shelf, waiting to launch a variety of error codes and drain your wallet of money anytime you need to print something.
Don't pretty much all printers do that?
Is your cat missing and you need to quickly print reward posters? You're out of gray ink. You filled all the ink compartments for $40 a month ago and have printed nothing since? You're out of black ink. You bought a $12 black ink cartridge and waited for it to arrive. Now you're out of the other, smaller black ink tank. The printer finally agrees with you that all the ink tanks are full. Prints like it's using week-old refried beans for ink. You've deep cleaned the print heads and want to try again? Same results. You're running out of label paper. Giving up.
Thought of just taking all of the ink out of the machine
and putting it all
over
back
your
in.
head,
facing Mecca,
and then dashing it on the ground, preferably with rocks.
Give up and print over the same thing again, hoping to fill in some gaps? Paper jam. This is your life now. The printer laughs at you. Men in white coats appear at your doorway. This is all a nightmare.
What's the song of the Funny Farm where life is wonderful all the time?
And birds and animals sing all the time, and they're coming to take me away.
Oh, hee hee. I think I apologize for the rest of the species for calling you stupid.
Coming up today on This Is True Really News. What?
That was only...
Oh, that's right. I'm dumb.
Well,
I do that all the time. I think it's a species-related thing.
The Toronto Zoo. The Toronto Zoo. That would be the zoo in Toronto?
Yes.
Or near Toronto.
Yep.
Or that identifies with Toronto.
Oh, maybe it's not a zoo at all.
It's actually a parking lot that identifies as a zoo, and it's in Montreal, but I don't. The Toronto Zoo has a favor to ask of visitors to Nasir, the gorilla.
Okay.
See, people like to show Nasir their phone photos and videos and stuff on the phone. And so, like any other 24-year-old primate, Gorilla Boy is fascinated by the videos, and screen time would dominate his life if he had his own way. This is actually posted on the zoo's website, the Toronto Zoo in Montreal, which is actually a parking lot. The Toronto... I'm going to stick to that story, see how many people can mess up.
I like that.
Not in French. We should be okay.
Yeah, I can't read.
The Toronto Star reported that Maria Franke, Director of Wildlife Conservation and Welfare, is noticing the effect of visitors sharing their content. It was causing him to be distracted and not interact with other gorillas. I don't think that's true, is it? Does that happen to...
No. You watch your grandchildren?
No, they're always on their phone. Yeah. He was just so enthralled with gadgets and phones and the videos. So now there's a sign posted. Some content can be upsetting and affect their relationships and behavior within their family. Please, phones down, humans. Who knew? I can just see the poor lady out there. Nasser, we've talked about this.
And Nasser stomping his feet and slamming his door.
Like any good 24-year-old would do. You know, under the age of 50. Yeah.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.